Good morning class. We have learned about the Bohr's model for the atom. Today we recapitulate the Bohr's model of an atom in the form of the question answer. When we talked about the Bohr's model, the very first question for today for the recapitulation for this model is what are discrete orbits? So, when we write the answer, children, the particular energy, whatever the orbit, what is orbit, children? The circular path around the nucleus in which electrons revolve around. So, what we are writing is first we are writing about the orbit. Then, orbit is the circular path where the electrons revolve around the nucleus. When this orbit are having a fixed amount of energy, with the fixed amount of energy, if the orbit is having, then that particular orbits are known as discrete orbit. Orbit is the circular path with the fixed amount of energy. At a time, they are known as discrete orbits or energy shells or energy levels. So that is the very first question when we revise that particular Bohr's model of an atom. So very first is discrete orbit किसे बोलेंगे इसके पास? What if the orbit is having a fixed amount of energy? Now the second question is, when we just recapitulate the thing, do the electrons radiate any energy? So the answer is, when we talked about, so the answer is no, the electrons do not radiate any energy. What does it mean? Energy neither be evolved or absorbed. So it remains constant. So what we can write is energy of the electrons remains constant while electrons revolving around the nucleus. So when we talked about the question that do the electrons radiate any energy while they are revolving around the nucleus, so we are writing the answer no, they do not radiate any kind of energy. That means energy neither be evolved or absorbed during the revolution of the electrons around the nucleus. It remains constant. When we talked about the energy, it remains constant. So that is a very second question about the particular. So where that particular energy moves, so that energy is moving from the lower energy level to the higher energy level. So when we talk about the energy, that where that particular energy used up, so we can say that the energy remains constant. It means energy is moving from the very first energy level, that means lower energy level to higher energy level. We can write that energy is shifted from lower energy level to higher energy level. So you can write this for this particular question that do the electrons radiate any energy? So no, electrons do not radiate any kind of energy. Energy remain constant. That means it neither be evolved, when you are evolved or absorbed. किसी एनर्जी को ना तो इवोर्ट करता है ना तो कहीं से भी एनर्जी एब्जॉर्ब कर रहा है. It remain constant. It is only moving from the one energy level to another energy level. So that is about the very second question. Now the third question, according to the Bohr's model of an atom, that is Bohr has denoted the energy shells or energy level. बोर ने एनर्जी लेवल, एनर्जी शेल्स या तो ऑर्बिट को कैसे डिनोट किया. सो व्हाट वी कैन राइट द आंसर अबाउट दिस, दैट ही हैज यूज्ड टू वेज. He has used integers by denoting the small n is equal to 1, 2, 3 up to so on, or he has also used alphabets like K shell, L shell, M shell, N shell up to so on. So this is the answer about the energy shells, how that particular energy shells or the energy levels are going to be denoted by Bohr. Bohr has used the integers, that is n is equal to energy shells or energy levels. So you can write the particular integer starts with 1, 2 or 3, its label starts with 0. And he has also used the alphabet, starts with K, L, M and up to so on. So these are the particular notation for the orbits. So now the very fourth question is, we have to draw the schematic diagram for Bohr's model of an atom. So on that day also we have recalculated again and again about the model schematic diagram, then how we are drawing the schematic diagram for this. So question 4, that is related with draw the schematic diagram for Bohr's model. So what we have to do is, we know that center of the atom is known as nucleus. So what we are doing is, first we are making the nucleus. Surround the nucleus or around the nucleus, the electrons are revolving in a circular path, and that particular circular path is known as orbit. So we are just name that particular as orbit. That orbit is also known as energy level or energy shells. You can write. So that energy level when we cross denoting by n is equal to 1, then that particular shell is known as K shell. So very first particular energy shell around the nucleus is known as K shell. Then we have to start the second one, that is n is equal to 2, that is known as L shell. Then the third one when we talked about, it is energy level 3, so M shell. And last when we talked about, whatever is there in the textbook, it is energy level 4, n is equal to 4, so L shell. So that is only about the orbit as well as only about the electrons, that how they are revolving. But there is no information given by Bohr that how the electrons are going to be accommodated in the particular K shell, L shell, M shell and N shell. So to overcome that limitations, thereafter Bury came forward along with the rules that is known as Bohr and Bury rule, that is used for the systematic arrangement of the electrons in the orbit. ऑर्बिट के बारे में जो भी बोर ने बताया वो यहाँ तक ही बताया है. Whatever the particular circular path surround the nucleus, that is known as orbit, which is having the fixed certain amount of energy. So that particular energy shells or energy levels, they are known as discrete orbit or discrete energy levels. And when we talk about that discrete energy shells or level, whenever they are denoted, he has used two methods, either integers or alphabets. If n is equal to 1, then he has used the particular shell as K shell. then L cell, M cell and N cell. So that was given by Bohr. Now how the electrons are accommodated or arranged in this orbit. K shell में इलेक्ट्रॉन कितने रहेंगे, कैसे रहेंगे, that was not given by Bohr. So this is the limitation of his model, that he has only said about the energy as well as the energy shells. He has denoted the energy shells or the energy levels, but he has not seen or he has not proved that how the electrons are there accommodated or arranged in the particular orbit. So then after again overcome to that particular arrangement of that electron distribution of the electrons in the orbit, Bohr and Bury has worked together, and that particular rule that is known as Bohr and Bury rule. So this was given by Bohr and Bury, both of the particular scientists. So that rule is known as Bohr as well Bury rule. So fourth question is about the schematic diagram of Bohr's model. Children, that is going to be asked in 2 marks, that draw the schematic diagram for the Bohr. So you have to idea that how to draw that particular diagram. So kindly copy this question, particularly whatever I have just wrote on the board for the revision purpose. Children, what is the schematic diagram for Bohr? Now what is the limitation of Bohr? You can write by yourself that Bohr has said that how the electrons are revolved around the electrons in the orbit, but he has not said that how the electrons are accommodated in that orbit. K शेल में कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन रहने वाले हैं, L शेल में कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन रहेंगे, M शेल में कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन रहेंगे, N शेल में कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स रहेंगे. दिस वाज द ड्रॉबैक ऑफ हिज मॉडल. वो उसके बारे में बता पाए नहीं, तो हम लिखेंगे लास्ट क्वेश्चन इज रिलेटेड विद राइट द लिमिटेशन और ड्रॉबैक ऑफ हिज मॉडल. Write the limitations or drawback of Bohr's model. So children, what we are writing is that Bohr has said about the fixed amount of the energy shifts, or we see of the fixed discrete orbits. He was free to arrange the electron in the उसने ऑर्बिट्स के बारे में बता दिया, but he was saying that how that electrons are arranged in that particular orbits, or you can say that energy level, or you can say that energy shapes. So this was the drawback of his model. So in the next particular lecture we have to learn about the systematic arrangement of the electrons, that is known as electronic configuration, and that systematic arrangement was given by both Bohr as well as Bury. So that is known as Bohr and Bury rule. We have to learn about 5 rules which are going to be given by Bohr. So that is about the limitations and models. Copy it down. In the next particular lecture we are going to learn about the systematic arrangement of the electrons, electronic configuration as well as Bohr and Bury rule, and then we will move to the particular first 20 elements, first 1 to 20 elements, how they are arranged in the particular orbits, and then we will move to the valency. So this is the particular one recapitulation for Bohr's model, and then after we are starting with the electronic configuration in the next particular lecture. So that is the one which you have to write. This is not, I think, even in the textbook. This is the limitation which was given by Bohr. Bohr has said that only about the fixed discrete orbitals. He has not seen about the arrangement of the electrons in the respective orbits. he was having no idea that how the electrons are arranged. Then after Bohr and Bury both come together given by the rules that is known as Bohr and Bury rule. So kindly copy it down children when we move to the Bohr and Bury rule as well as the electronic configuration in the next particular lecture children. Thank you.